baby girls.
Dreamcatcher Radio. You can't change the past, but you can change how you feel about it. This is where transformation begins with Kim and Carl.
Transformation with Kim and Carl.
I was just thinking I might do a new jingle.
I like that one though.
Oh, my mic's a bit loud. Or was it my headphones? I think it's my headphones. There we go. It's all right, we're setting up already. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
It's sunny here.
The sun's
and
out.
we was in the garden and we thought, we got to go and do the radio. No, we never think like that. We can't wait to do this.
No, we were talking about what we were going to do, what we we're going to say.
Yeah, that's it now. We kind of just sit there and we go, what should we talk about today? And today we're talking about childhood trauma.
We are.
Which is a big subject, really.
It is a big subject.
Because it's one of the reasons why I do what I do.
It's not necessarily going to be heavy, but it's more about...
We kind of make it light, don't we? We talk about heavy subjects, but we put it with a bit of music, a bit of fun, a bit of sense of humour, and realise that we're really not our stories.
Yeah, we definitely are not our stories. And also when people hear the word trauma, they think, something dramatic and, they think war or whatever. But it can often be not that.
It's not as loud.
No, it's not. That's the word.
Sometimes,
good word.
Well, sometimes trauma is actually very quiet because children learn to be quiet. And that's what my childhood trauma was. I learned to keep my mouth shut because that's old saying, children should be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
Well, then I invisibly disappeared in the classroom. I was the kid that sat at the back of the room watching everything. So maybe you're like that. Maybe you're the kind of person they call us introverts. I don't call them that. I call that we're actually very good at analysing stuff.
Yeah. We
sit back and we watch. We don't need to perform, and that's one of the signs. But this is where we've got to be careful of childhood trauma because we say, the introvert people. But a sign of being an extrovert is also a sign of potentially being trauma.
Yeah. And it's basically things that happen to you as a child that form how you react and behave and perform as an adult. And this is what, Carl's actually written a book, and this is part of what, this is what we do anyway, but it was one of the things we were talking about today. And I said to him, it's really important for people to realise that there is a big difference, not a big difference, there's a difference between CPTSD, PTSD, emotional trauma. And I think that's the thing. People hear the word trauma and panic and think it's massive. But trauma is about what happens inside of you as a result of things that happened to you. Which
again comes back to that, what we always say, you are not broken.
No.
You may have adapted, you may have protected yourself, you may have built walls, like I said about and this is the beauty of our radio show. We are very honest with our own stuff because we can only come from our perception. So it created patterns, it created beliefs, it created habits, defences. But that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you.
Well, exactly, because as children, we are resilient. We are absolutely amazing at surviving. And I think that's the thing. That's why we've all got to adulthood. But let's not go in. We've literally just started. We've got straight into one of our conversations. We forget that we're actually on the radio talking because this is the kind of stuff we talk about anyway. So let's play a song and then we'll come back and talk about this. But if you've got any questions, anything you want to share, or you have a request, please email us on kimandcarl@dreamcatcherradio.co.uk. It's a long one. Kim and Carl, KIMANDCARL @dreamcatcherradio.co.uk, and we will endeavour to play your song.
And what are we going to play first?
We are going to put on a bit of Roberta Flack. Back together again.
Right, get it down, lady.
In silence.
Roberta Flack.
So apologies if I burst
Blew your earphones out, yeah.
It was. I had my finger on the volume and didn't realise. I moved the mouse and didn't realise that it was going to move the volume as well. So apologies.
If you're deaf and you have trauma now, you know where to come to the Manse
just
Retreat.
stay tuned. You're in the right place. So what are we doing, Carl? We're talking about childhood trauma today, aren't we?
We are, but we're not going to kind of waffle on about all the doom and the gloom, are we? We're not going to kind of be lying on the floor and screaming and blaming our parents, because our parents, most people's parents, had issues themselves. So,
And they didn't come with a handbook.
No, absolutely not. Those that have been there know that one. So the kids having a tantrum in Tesco's is part of growing up. Life is life in them, because they don't know how to regulate or what to do with themselves.
No.
Anyway, today, like I said, we're talking about ways hopefully you understand yourself a bit more with more compassion, rather than kind of beating yourself up about your childhood. And even if you've got children, worrying about, am I going to cause trauma in my children as they grow up? Like I said, there's no handbook for this. We never know children's perception, reality, what's going on in their head. But the past may explain you, but it doesn't have to define who you are.
No, exactly. We say that all the time.
Yeah.
We say that all the time. And that's, I mean, a lot of this comes from our own personal experience, but also from all the reading and all the people that we've worked with and what we do, the years that Carl's been worked as a therapist as well. So,
and it's always comes back to that perception, isn't it? You always say about two people can witness a car crash, but the same as the children. Two children go through a similar experience and respond totally different.
Yeah. Well, there was studies done on twins, and one twin was, their parents treated them one parent treated them in a bad way. The father had gone into prison or whatever. One of the twins had grown up and basically done the same thing, went down the same route. The other one and ended up being an alcoholic and whatnot. And the other one was highly successful, and they both were brought up in the same house and treated exactly the same way. But one took it on and said, "I'm going to feel the same way." The other one said, "I'm going to take this on and do what I can with it." It doesn't mean that either one is weak or one is strong, but it means that their brain and their environment, their support system, and even their sensitivity at that age was different in how they perceived safety.
Yeah. And childhood trauma can come from, the obvious events like abuse, neglect, violence, loss, abandonment. That was my issue, bullying. Illness, one of your parents could be ill growing up. That's a big a breakdown. Poverty.
Yeah.
So being constantly criticised or living with a parent who's kind of emotionally unpredictable themselves. So it just goes to show, doesn't it, that most people that you probably talk to have had that issue been involved in family breakdown, in
but it
illnesses.
can also come from things like being dismissed,
Yeah.
being ignored, feeling like you're a burden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Having to grow up really fast if you have to parent your parents,
or you don't behave like your older brother or your older sister. So it's straight away it's that kind of negative criticism of, I should be like somebody else, not myself. Then,
or love being conditional.
Yeah.
So as I say, I've been reading all of this in Carl's book, which is coming out very soon. And that was one of the reasons why we wanted to talk about this, because I said to him it's really important, because I think people don't identify that the reason that they behave or react is because of things that happened when they were younger. And it was reading the book, even though I know this because we have these conversations all the time, it was like light bulb moments. I was going, I can see why people do that. And I was starting to think of different people in different scenarios and saying, that explains why they did that. And I can think about that. Oh, that makes sense because they had that kind of childhood or whatever. And it's so interesting. And there's no putting a blame on anyone. Like we said, we're not going down doom and gloom. But what we're doing is educating. We're trying to help people to understand.
For me, it's like you can be walking around, Tesco's or Sainsbury's, but wherever you are walking, and you know the kind of child that's kind of screaming their heads off. And the mother's overwhelmed because she's thinking, I've got to do the shopping, I've got to go and pick the other kid up from school at 3:10 or whatever. But that kid's screaming his head off. That kid, in that very moment, is in the high extremes of fight, flight or freeze. But the mother is so stressed, and she's the one who might shout out and scream, "Shut up!" Well, that kid's not understanding that language.
No.
And it's almost like being shamed for expressing their emotions. So the child screaming his head off is an expression of its emotion in that moment. And if the mother or the father shouting "shut up" in a shop, it doesn't understand that structure. And there is no blame there, because, like I said, the mother could be just rushed out the door 20 minutes to go and get the milk and the bread before they've got to pick the other kid up from school. But it's just that little things like this that to the child is, I just want safety in this moment. Just coming down on your knees to me and just give me a cuddle is enough of that safety touch of communication that can bring the child out, fight, flight or freeze.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it's not that it's blame on it. Like you said, they
No,
might
I've
be
done it
running
before.
out the door.
When James was small, say "shut up."
Yeah,
There is no
exactly.
thing there, but it's just that recognition of it all.
Yeah, exactly. And some people might think, that there's something wrong with them and say, make excuses. My child isn't that bad, or I did the best I could, or other people have been worse, or there's so many things that you can say, but it doesn't matter. It's not, nobody's there to blame you, but it's more about understanding why you're feeling that way and doing something about it, because when you acknowledge it, you can.
And trauma doesn't care whether anyone else had it worse.
No, it doesn't.
And we see that at the retreat a lot, isn't it? When we do our presentations, when people come for the first day, we kind of put up a list of some of the causes of trauma, and people often say, "I feel a bit of a fraud sitting here because I wasn't in a war," or what have you. And that's what we're on about. With trauma, there is no blame or anyone has it worse than you. It's if something bothers you to the point that it makes you upset, or gives you fight, flight or freeze thinking about it, then that means it's stored as something unpleasant.
So you deal with it.
So we help you deal with it, yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't go after the labels.
No, exactly. Let's put a song on.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't too heavy, but we kind of...
No, I have to stop him.
But we have to break it down to honesty.
Yes.
And that's where people like us, they quite, on TikTok or on Instagram, people say, "Oh, you whatever you say is true, but you kind of do it in a nice, light-hearted way." Because this is,
It's heavy.
It's heavy conversation to understand childhood trauma.
People don't want to go there. They say, "Oh no, don't do that."
We're open for communication.
But also, what Carl always says is what people say comes out of the people's mouths is about them, and it's often the people that have had some form of childhood trauma. And I don't mean like abused. It could just be things that happened when they were a child that say, "Oh no, let's not go that," because they think they have to sit there and talk about it. And they don't. It's their own issues.
But that shows up at the retreat. Often,
it does.
We get people to write out their piece list, and that often shows up like, "I'm the middle-aged child," or "I'm the older child," or "I'm the younger child, and I was never listened to," or "My parents didn't care about me because it's my brothers and sisters that brought me up."
Yeah, or
because I'm the younger one.
Or being brought up in a house with another child that has some kind of need, a medical need or disability or something, and that can make the child who doesn't have that almost guilty.
Yes, but you can see where we're going now, can't
Yeah.
you? The kind of the pathway of what childhood trauma can potentially be. It's an amazing subject.
Yeah.
But let's put a song. What are we going to put on?
We're going to put on Beverly Knight. Made It Back. Oh.
Made it back. From a place that had no meaning, from the wilderness of time to the land of new beginnings, starting with a new design. Never doubted for a second that I'd do it on my own, and I held on to my corner, trusted in the things I know. Don't need it weighing down my shoulders.
Hiya, it's Kim and Carl. Friday 2 to 4, we're talking about childhood trauma today, which is great when you think we're on a radio station that we can talk about childhood trauma and then throw a bit of Beverly Knight in.
The two go together.
But this is the beauty of Dreamcatcher Radio, is the freedom of speech that we can actually have this kind of conversation.
Yeah. I mean, we're not saying anything untoward, but quite often people feel, like we say, they're frightened or...
The feedback we get from our listeners is amazing, that you guys, you bring your sense of humour over a topic that people are too scared to talk about. I
know, and I do want to say thank you to the people who do tune in and listen to us week after week, and whether it's our replays or us live on a Friday, we really appreciate it, and all the messages that we get thanking us, we indirectly and directly, is actually really heartwarming. And we're really glad that we can help you just by us having a little bit of a chat on the radio.
And that's what we hopefully do. We're hopefully creating a ripple transformation. That's our ultimate goal, Kim and I's.
Yeah.
So thank you, like she said. But on that subject, back to it.
Yeah.
So we're talking about childhood trauma. So if something overwhelms your ability to feel safe, whatever that is, okay, feel loved, feel protected, seen, or even emotionally held as a child, then it may have left its imprint.
And the imprint can follow it like into your adulthood as you grow up, and that's it's not because you're damaged.
Or broken.
We always say
remember?
that you're not broken, but it's because it's how the brain works. It's learned to behave that way. It works in predictions.
Remember what we say every week. Your brain is working on its prediction model, which means anything it's experienced in the past, it uses that as reference to take into the now and to the future.
Yeah.
So, a child's brain, let's break it down. It's not just learning maths, languages, manners, how to play, even, how many of us drew on the wallpaper?
I didn't, but yeah,
I did. I failed spectacularly at that one because I got hit. So a child's brain is constantly learning in the world, is the world safe? Are people kind? Can I trust adults? Am I loved? Do my feelings matter?
Oh.
Will someone come when I cry? Can I be myself? Am I enough? You see all these things as a child. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
But they can't put the words to it.
No, but they're not just thoughts. They become almost your template, your emotional template of what you go forward in life with. And if a child has grown up feeling safe and loved, and as you said, all these things in a consistent environment, that your brain learns that.
Yeah.
It knows that it can trust, it knows it can relax, it can explore, it can go and make mistakes and draw on the wall without getting hit. It can be loved even when they're not.
Yeah, they can be loved
in their
even
perception think they're perfect.
Yeah.
So,
but then there's always, remember what Kim and I always say, there's the yin and the yang, the in and the out, the black and the white. But now if a child is the opposite, if a child grows up in fear, criticism, silence, emotional neglect, the brain may learn something totally very different. It may learn, need to stay alert, don't upset anybody, don't ask for too much, hide your feelings, don't trust people. Something bad can happen in any moment.
Love can walk away, love can disappear.
And here's the thing.
They can feel abandoned.
The child doesn't sit down and consciously decide these beliefs. They are absorbed into that brain's prediction model. They become part of how the child navigates through life, grows up to primary school, secondary school, adulthood, and that's when the child finally grows up. But takes all that prediction into their adult life.
But often, and this is what we see a lot, is that inside, part of them is still operating as that child because of that old survival pattern that we have. That map, that survival map is still working as though you were a child. And quite often when we ask people to recall memories from when they were a child, you see them almost go into that childlike behaviour because the brain thinks it's happening now.
Yeah, and that's it, like you just said.
Carl's eating an orange, by the way.
I'm eating the orange.
How bad is that?
But last time I had some nuts and I choked, so that wasn't very good live, was it?
Choking on your
nuts. Choking on my nuts. Anyway, we digress there, don't we, as usual? We just go on topic and then come off it.
I have to say, the other day, just to throw this out there, so I have these conversations in my head, And
Schizophrenia, that is.
I think Carl is listening to my conversation and knows what I'm talking about. And I think I've told him. And the other day we were driving along, and then I just mid sentence just carried on. He went, "Hang on, what are we talking about now?" And I went, "Oh, that's right, because you weren't involved in the rest of the conversation." So it was like, he went, "But this is it." He said, "Sometimes you tell me that you told me something and you haven't told me. You've had it in your head. You had the conversation in your head and you think you've told me, and you go, 'I definitely told you.'" He said, "Nothing. No, you didn't. That was one of your head conversations."
Yeah, I'm very good at remembering things.
Sorry, I just had to tell you that.
So I just leave
It
her,
really
in, I
made me
leave her in
laugh.
a trance. I leave Kim in a little hypnotic trance. Sometimes I kick her out of it, but there you go.
I live in Kimmy world.
Yeah, but that's what we're on about. That's Kim was operating in her old survival map.
Yes.
As an adult.
I was.
So
Because it works.
yeah, and you cannot kind of live a free adult life if you're using that frightened child map of the world, and that's where the work that we do kind of begins.
Yeah. Well, that's a good time to put a song on.
Who are you putting on now?
Change Your Heart.
Kim's in charge of the music
Change.
today.
We're having a bit of an 80s, 90s time. We're going to put Change.
Go on then.
Change your heart. Give me back all my love.
It is be like an 80s disco today, isn't it?
Well, not all the songs. Beverly Knight was from the noughties, I think.
But we can say that because we're that age.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, it's Kim and Cole as usual, 2 to 4. We're actually live and we're talking about childhood trauma.
Live.
We have been for a few weeks, haven't we?
To the replay.
Yeah.
We are replayed a couple of times during the week, by the way.
Trauma then gets taken into adulthood.
Yes, exactly. So we are replayed usually on a Monday and a Thursday at 2 till 4. So if you are listening in on the replay, hi.
And maybe in the future we've got a few interviews lined up. He's just finding the time to
oh my gosh,
to do this.
I know, and I keep saying that, and I've got a whole list of people that I need to message to get them in the diary to do the interviews. We are looking at potentially being able to interview live as well. So that's something that I know that we have tested on the radio, haven't we? We're just trying to make sure that we can definitely do it.
After a year of going live, we're just basically getting there now. But as you saw earlier, Kim just whacked your eardrums out. So we're still we're not DJs.
Making sure you're still listening.
We're not DJs. We're transformation workers.
We're definitely not DJs. We are definitely just people that like music, and said yes. Why not?
It was a challenge, and Kim and I love challenges. Old Bradders contacted us, said, "Do you want to come on?" We're like,
why not?
Why not? Give it a go. What can go wrong?
Yeah.
Until we have to spend money to buy this equipment. So, but we use it anyway.
Oh no, we love it.
Yeah, I use it for my hypnosis. That's good.
Sometimes we sit singing away, doing a bit of karaoke. It's brilliant.
And that's one of our childhood traumas. I used to love singing until I got to secondary school, where one kid pointed to me and said something, and from then on, I never sang.
Same, similar situation. Something happened to me, but I do sing again now. I go to the choir once a fortnight, which I love.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It's these little things that can drag you away from your childhood dreams. Yeah. I'm not saying I would have been George Michael out and John. That's a mixture there, isn't it?
Here we go. He's off with George Michael again.
But I did like singing.
Yeah, well, you still do, and so do I. So, and it doesn't matter if you sing out a tune or whatever, just sing, because it's amazing. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It's really good for you. Anyway, let's keep talking. We talk about childhood trauma, so we're going to keep the music a bit uplifting today, because obviously we are talking about childhood trauma. We're not, like we said before, we're not going dramatic. We're not kind of getting on the floor and kind of crying or anything, but it's a heavy subject, but someone needs to talk about it.
And that's one of the things. People expect childhood trauma to be kind of looking quite dramatic and over the top. They imagine someone constantly crying, breaking down, shouting, unable to function. But many people with childhood trauma are very high functioning.
Yep.
They are achievers, they're carers, they're perfectionists, they're the people pleasers, the ones that everyone relies on. And Kim was talking to someone yesterday on one of our discovery calls who said, "I'm fine."
Yeah, they always
I'm
say
always
they're
the one.
fine.
I'm always the one. I'm fine.
Yeah, they won't admit how they're feeling, and that, we see this a lot. So that was another reason why we wanted to talk about this today, because it's something that we see at the retreat a lot, and like I say, childhood trauma doesn't necessarily mean that you were beaten or that you were abused or anything. It means that things happen to you when you were a child that are now shaping the landscape of your brain and the way you behave.
Yeah, and it didn't update the prediction model, so that the brain's working from the prediction model of, let's say, a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And now you're 47, but your brain drags you back there and goes, this is how you should feel. So it is a basis of hypnosis, basically. Everything is a thought process, and the brain's predicting it. So childhood trauma can show up like anxiety. Not always panic attacks, but that kind of constant unease, a feeling that you can't fully relax, a sense that something will go wrong. That is anxiety, really.
Yeah, it can show up as perfectionism.
Yep.
And this is what I was reading in your book, actually, because children who are criticised or shamed or only praised when they performed well. That one sentence there fits into that. I know you don't mind talking about it now, but when you got that test result and you got 98%, 96%, and your mum went, "Well, why didn't you get 100?" There's your imprint. That was it. Yeah,
that's your imprint of perfectionism. And Kim does. She sits here and she tries to nail it all down, and I go, "Don't worry about it too much."
Yeah, and I'm like, I keep getting annoyed at Carl because I say attention to detail. You need to have attention to detail. It needs to be absolutely perfect. Every line, every sentence, every word, every space, whatever. And he's like, you're spending too much time. I mean, to the point where I will spend hours on a presentation to make it, just moving things a multi-millimetre to make it look how I want it to look.
So any of you had that as listeners, that's a prime example there where perfectionism comes from. If your parents said to you, why didn't you get 100%, even though you was probably the top in the class with 96%?
And it wasn't my mum being horrible. She was just asking, why didn't you get 100? But it affected me. And I've taken that into adulthood, and that's the kind of thing we're talking about. I wasn't abused. My mum didn't beat me up and say, "Why didn't you get 100?" She just generally asked me a question, and of course that affected me because I didn't see the 96% that I got right. I was looking at the 4 that I didn't get right.
Yeah, and there you go. See, the brain will look for the negative. Okay, it's very rare until we always tell people at the retreat, you have to learn to become conscious of your unconscious. Because your brain will look for all the things for survival. In other words, the negative. Until you learn to control your brain and you look how wonderful your life is, how positive it is, then you begin to go in a different direction. And that shows up in people that are people pleasers.
Yeah.
Saying yes when they want to say no. Apologising when you haven't even done anything wrong.
Yeah. When you open the door and someone walks through and you're like, oh, thank you. And you think, oh, hang on, I'm the one that opened the door for them.
That's me this afternoon when we went for a coffee. Anyway.
Feeling responsible for everybody else's emotions as well.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah. Over-explaining yourself.
Yeah.
Because as a child you were never believed, understood or even listened to.
Yeah.
So that may cause arguments in your adulthood because you always want the desire and the right to be listened to and know you're right.
Anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, shows up as anger. But that's, generally you're not a bad person. It's not because you're a bad person. But anger is often pain with an armour. It's armour. It's
a defence mechanism.
It's you trying to protect yourself. So you put that front on and it comes also with shame, because people often feel like I can show anger. That looks real. Whereas if I show vulnerability or pain or shame or guilt, that can be quite... it can be seen as weak, and people don't want to feel that way. So being anger is almost a way that they can show how they feel.
Yeah, and then we have things like numbness, feeling disconnected, flat.
Oh, we have a lot of people asking us
unable to access joy. They go, I've always been sad. And then I point out again, how do you know what your brain felt when you was 2 weeks old? So we have to be really careful of the language that we use to ourselves.
Yeah, and it's not all your life, because people then often say,
"Yeah, I've had this phobia all my life." Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but just going back to the disconnected thing, we do get a lot of people who say, "But how can I work on this? Because I literally have no feeling. I feel disconnected." And Carl always says, "Well, that is still a feeling." And then they go, "Oh yeah," and then they kind of realise that they can work on things. So it's very interesting that some of the reactions that we get, and you can have a house. You can have the career, you can have the followers, the titles, your relationship. You can have, your lovely kitchen in your house and your watch and, all the lovely things. But you can still feel like that scared child inside, and it's waiting for everything to fall apart. And, and again, this shows up in things like where people get really frugal with their money because they were brought up in a house that didn't have any money. So they panic, in their life. They can't enjoy, or they feel they don't deserve. So they're always striving for more. So they're like overachieving.
Well, that's a bit like us to a certain degree. Kim and I were brought up in council houses. Now, nothing wrong with council houses. I had amazing friends on the council estate, but it was that desire sometimes of, like say, overworking, overperforming, to think, actually, it is okay to strive for a better life. But then some of my teachers were some of the best hypnotists and said, Mr. Dourish, you're going to make nothing of your life. Well, if I believed that story, but I didn't, it was like, my attitude was, well, I'm going to prove you wrong.
I was told I must try harder. Kim could do better if she tried harder. I used to think, my gosh, I'm trying as hard as I can. But I hated school, absolutely hated school.
Yeah, and that's where I think teachers need to learn a little bit about hypnosis. I think that should be part of their training. Yeah, so basically this, all it comes down to, this is all the stuff we just literally spoken about since the last song. There's basically unresolved emotional learning.
Yeah.
emotional trauma in some form or another.
So there you go. It just shows you that trauma isn't what you think it is. I'm going to put a song on. This is actually for Steve, our station manager, who is out canvassing. Or has been. I'm just waiting to hear whether he's been elected or not, but he was out canvassing and has been doing a sterling job.
Oh, that's a very English word.
I know, but it was just, I don't know.
Sterling.
Anyway, he looked very smart in his suit, but I just wanted to play this one for him because I know he does listen in, and if he's listening, then this is
He's probably having a rest because they would have been up like early in the morning trying to
bless him. He's probably sleeping
count
now.
their votes, whatever.
So this is from The Greatest Showman, This Is Me.
A stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. The sharpest words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the pain sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. That's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apology. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
There you go, Steve, for you. I hope you're having a nice rest now
Yeah.
after your canvassing and staying up all night counting your, well, not you counting your votes, but
I was going to say, I thought you could say counting your pennies.
no, lady. Anyway, it's Kim and Carl here. It's already up to 49 minutes we've been on air. How
I
quick
know,
is this? 50
it always
minutes.
goes so quickly. We have so much fun.
So what are we talking about today? We're talking about childhood trauma that then kind of takes you into adult kind of stuff, let's say.
Yeah.
So we've already covered kind of childhood stuff, what you're feeling, but your childhood may have shaped your first understanding of your life, but it does not get the final say. And that's one of the things that we do here at the retreat. We kind of...
You're not your childhood.
You're not your childhood, even though I do a lot of kind of inner child work, which is absolutely amazing. That people come out of that session with some amazing happy tears when we do that kind of work. So we don't just do the Manse Method.
I love it when Carl says, "Oh yeah," I go, oh, "Did you do the inner child?" And he goes, "Yeah." Did they love it? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where we sometimes get the biggest work. We kind of that inner child carried all that stuff for you way back then, but you don't need to carry it into the adulthood. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to a really good memory there and pull this younger you into your heart that they're with you all the time. So they're never lost, they're never alone, they're with you. So it's powerful. It's really powerful work. So that goes nicely onto that kind of, you are not the name that you was called.
You're not the silence that you were given, the rejection you felt.
That kind of chaos that you had to survive. You're not the adult who failed to protect you. You're not the home that made you feel unsafe. You see, because they're all
school bully.
Yeah, they're all the whys.
Yeah.
They're all the history of all the chapters of your early book.
Yeah.
But we often say to people, close that book.
Yeah.
It's you. Whenever you want to, you can create a new version of you.
Yeah.
That creates a new
You're in
personal
charge.
reality. Creates a new personality. So if you're running your show from the personality of a 7-year-old with trauma, the brain runs that prediction
No,
model.
because you're not that story that your young mind created.
Yeah.
So that you could get through the day, you get through life, you know.
And it's made up now.
Yeah, but you're still you.
Yeah, and that's the actual title of my forthcoming book.
Yes.
Yeah. So as Kim keeps going on about that, but
It's so good.
it's a full on book, guys. It's like there's 26 chapters.
I'm only up to chapter 6 and I'm loving it. I was up from 3 till 6. So 3 in the morning, I went to go for a wee and I thought, I'll just pick up the book for a minute. And ended up reading till 6 o'clock. Like all the birds were up singing and everything.
417 pages, so it's almost like a manual.
I'm like 100 odd pages in, but it's absolutely.
So it's in its draft
loving
form
it.
at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So,
So look out for it. It'll be available in bookstores soon.
yeah. Well, on that note, I'm going to play "Stronger" by the Sugar Babes because I think that goes quite nicely.
I'll make it through the rainy days. I'll be the one who stands still longer than the rest. When my landscape changes, rearranges, I'll be stronger than I've ever been. No more stillness, more sunlight. Everything's gonna be alright. Better find your way out of your fear. If you wanna come with me, then that's the way it's gotta be. I'm all alone. I'm getting stronger. You come to see just what I can be. I'm getting stronger. I feel so down and out, like emotion that's been captured in an image. I had my ups and downs, trials and tribulations. I overcome it day by day, feeling good and almost powerful. New me, that's what I'm looking for. Better find your way out of your fear. If you wanna come with me, then that's the way it's gotta be. I'm all alone. etched into my soul. I'm not the type of girl that will let them see her cry. It's not my style, I get by. See, I'm gonna do this for me. I'm all alone, and finally I'm getting stronger. You come to see just what I can be. I'm getting stronger. I'm all alone, and finally I'm getting stronger. You come to see just what I can be. I'm getting stronger.
I like the old Sugar Babes.
I love the Sugar Babes.
There's been too many of them, though, isn't there? Keep kind of
They
swapping
kept
over.
changing, didn't they?
Anyway, it's Kim and Cole here, 2 to 4. We're talking about childhood trauma being taken into adulthood. And I think if we look at all the people that come from around the world to the retreat, most of the people's piece list is regarding childhood trauma that still bothers them in their adulthood.
Yeah, but they don't think of it as trauma.
No.
Because what we do when people come to the retreat is we actually ask them to complete the piece list if they can beforehand, and what it is things that still bother them when they think about it.
And it's interesting. We keep coming up with all the sayings that we have at the Manse, but one of the others we have is the issue is never the issue is never the issue.
Yeah, they'll ring up and say, "Oh, I lost my job, and it's really affecting me because I've been made redundant or something like
Feel
that."
rejected.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, how familiar is that feeling?
Yeah.
Very familiar. Okay, when's the first time you remember feeling that way? Bang, straight back to childhood memory.
Yeah, and that's it.
So we look for what's called the imprint.
Yeah.
The experience when the brain set that up as the prediction model. So, but this feeds nicely into underneath all those kind of coping mechanisms that we have as adults, underneath that kind of overthinking that we do, underneath the fear, underneath the, that lovely word that we had yesterday, I'm fine.
Yeah.
There is a person who deserves to feel safe in their own life.
Yeah. And that person's not gone. They might be hidden, mind you.
Behind the coping strategies
Yeah.
that you do, yeah.
Yeah, they may be tired and guarded. You can be suspicious.
Yeah, when someone's kind. Oh, yeah, classic.
Yeah, definitely, which is really sad. And you might be waiting for permission to stop surviving.
And that's when people come to the retreat. It's almost they get to a point where they go, enough is enough.
Yeah.
The identity.
Yeah, but it's still there.
Yeah. And today, we always kind of give people little reminders, isn't it? It's like you do not have to earn love to be kind of useful.
No. Or to be perfect, to be accepted.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. And you don't have to carry anyone else's emotion, because that's what I was saying earlier. People, you kind of you feel like you're responsible for somebody's feelings. Oh my God, they're acting like that. That must be to do with me. Oh, I'm sorry. And how do I make it better? None of us are here to fix anybody else.
No.
It's not our job. It's not your job to
And
fix
that's,
anyone
again,
else.
one of the things we teach people to come to the retreat. You do you.
Yeah, you do you. We've even got a little book in the one of the retreat rooms that says, you do you.
Yeah, so you do not have to live the rest of your life reacting to something that happened when you were too young to actually understand it. Because to a child's brain, it doesn't understand what's really going on. The past happened, yes, we can't change that. But the thing is, you are happening now.
Yeah.
And now matters the most. That's what everything. That's all the things we teach people. All those things outside of you are the why, but the how, well, that's your responsibility, which is powerful. That means I can actually change how I feel. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. Should I play a bit of Leela James?
Yeah, every week we've got to have a bit of Leela and a bit of the other guy.
Which one do you want? This one or this one?
Rise and Shine. It's a bit
No,
uplifts.
that wasn't what the option was.
Well, I'm just picking the option. Rise
Well, you're
and
not
Shine.
having that one. It's this one or that one.
No, Rise and Shine because it's upbeat.
Do you see what I mean? This is what I've got to put up with, people.
I want everybody on the dance floor. Feel good. Come on. It's time you let it out. It's time you let it out. Get up. It's time you let it out. It's time you let it out. Come on, shine, shine, shine for me. Come on, shine, shine, shine for me. Come on, shine, shine, shine for me. 'Cause you are born to rise and shine. Shine, shine for me. The reason why the clouds never come again, no. You gon' rise and shine. Shine, shine for me. Rain and let the sun come out again. You are born to rise and shine. Ooh, the reason why the clouds never come again, never come again. Shine, shine for me.
Well, there we go. That's a great leader change, man. That's a great choice, Carl.
Well done, Carl.
Yeah. Anyway, what we're talking about today, we're talking about childhood trauma being taken into adulthood, and I think now we should talk about relationships because that's where we see it big time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Relationships require trust, vulnerability, communication, emotional availability, and mostly safety. But if those things are not consistent as a child, okay,
The adult relationships can feel very confusing.
so confusing. Yeah,
Some people become anxious in relationships. They're the ones that kind of need the reassurance.
they didn't get the text message
They
response.
worry, will the partner leave me? That's a big one, isn't
Yeah.
it? And the text messages almost come like a legal document, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
You know,
yeah. Yeah,
where
that's what
are
I
you?
mean.
What are you doing? What time are you back?
Yeah.
You've only put one kiss when you should put 3.
You didn't put a kiss.
Are we over? I know we laugh, but for some people, that fear feels really real to
It
them.
does, yeah. And I get it because others can be absolutely the opposite. They can be the avoidant. They want love, but when they feel it, it feels threatening.
Yeah,
So
they pull away when things get serious.
Yeah. They push me, and they kind of almost become like sabotage. They sabotage the relationships.
Yeah, they shut down during the conflict.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the conflict could just be one question of like, what do you want for dinner tonight?
Yeah,
It's overload.
Yeah. And then they say they need space, but sometimes they really need to
It's
feel
safety,
safe.
yeah,
they
yeah.
want to feel safe.
And then some people become the rescuers. This is a classic, isn't
Well,
it?
that's what I was saying.
They
It's
choose,
no one's job.
They choose the partners who need fixing, saving, managing,
Yeah.
mothering. They may feel like love, but often it's a very familiar childhood role.
Yeah. Or they become hyper independent. They can tell themselves that they don't need anyone, that underneath they may be a child who learned that needing people led to disappointment.
Yeah.
And this is what we're saying, you know, we see all these patterns and we see it in ourselves as well.
And that's where we come from. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the beauty, and this is
Yeah.
the beauty of working with thousands of people. Though some people struggle with the healthy conflict, you know, or they either explode, they shut down, they over apologise, or panic. Why? Because in childhood, conflict may have meant danger, rejection, punishment, silence, or chaos. You see where this can all go.
And this is why we must stop asking what's wrong with me.
Yeah. A better question. What did I learn about love, safety, and connection when I was young?
Because once you understand that pattern, you can start changing it. That's what we were saying before, weren't we?
And this is one of the things you can learn to pause.
Yeah.
You can learn to communicate. You can learn to stop assuming that discomfort actually means danger.
It does. And you can also learn that when someone disagrees with you, it doesn't mean abandonment.
Yeah,
It doesn't
are you
mean they're
gonna
going to
leave me?
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because that can be another thing. And equally, people that leave in and out, you know, oh, I've got to leave because they're throwing everything out the pram, their toys out the pram. Oh my God, we've had an argument. I have to leave. Just because you have an argument doesn't mean everything's over. It just means you're disagreeing. And that's okay. That's healthy.
Yeah, and you can learn that love doesn't mean you have to feel like you're walking on eggshells.
No, definitely not.
Too afraid to talk. Or
No,
whatever
because
your
healthy
opinion.
love should not feel like a constant audition.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
imagine Simon Cowell, golden buzz in that one. Right?
But if it does, you need to question, is that really love?
Yeah, it's probably an old wound looking for a different ending.
Oh,
The way that brain's prediction again, it's coming
Yeah.
from the childhood experience, and as an adult, you have to kind of recognise this. Remember what we said earlier? You have to learn to become conscious of your unconscious. Is there's a program or belief or a structure that's showing up in your adulthood? I guarantee you 99% of the time it is, because the brain works in predictions.
yeah.
So I think it's time for a song again. That's a nice little section, that, about relationships.
It was.
Because we've all probably been there, haven't we?
We definitely have. We definitely have. And a lot more of us than I think would care to admit. So I'm going to put on this song, Don't Tilt Your Crown by China Stars.
Yeah, go on in.
Don't tilt your crown, sis. Not for pressure, not for pain, not for people who couldn't handle your shine in the first place. You're too golden to dim, too chosen to fold. Let's go. She been through storms, but she never broke. Carried whole mountains while they laughed and joked. They said she was too much, but never enough. Now she walked past them quiet, pretty and tough. Her story ain't pity, it's power wrapped in pearls. A woman with wounds that rebuilt whole worlds. You can't shame what's already healed. She the truth, no mask, no shield. You better fix your lips before you speak. She don't entertain the weak. Let them throw shade, let them talk loud. She stay lifted, never bowed. Don't tilt your crown, queen, walk tall. They praying on your fall, but you never crawl. You rise with grace, you slay with class. You the present, future, and every past. Don't tilt your crown, even on hard days. You're built for this, let them throw the shade. Still gon' shine, still gon' reign. Every loss turned into gain. She cut off silence, wrapped in fake love. Learn peace hits different when you rise above. They couldn't walk a mile in them heels she wore, but still, man, she don't answer no more. She's the prayer her grandma whispered late, the legacy they swore she'd never create. And now they stare, now they watch, wishing they never threw that rock. To the woman doubting herself in the mirror, don't. You've walked through fire. You've held kingdoms in your silence. Sit, not for nobody. Don't tilt your crown, queen, walk tall. They praying on your fall, but you never crawl. You rise with grace, you slay with class. You the present, future, and every past.
I think that's Kim's new favourite song. I heard that in the car earlier.
I love it. I really love it. It's just the words, the music, everything about it, the tempo. I just love it.
Yeah. So with Kim and Carl, we haven't got long. We're finishing at 4. It's already been over an hour and 10 minutes already. So we're talking about childhood trauma into adults. So a big one here is beliefs. Now, first of all, we have to distinguish what a belief is. A belief is a proof of references that matches what you're thinking. So if you have a childhood that was quite sort of negative, unlovable, whatever, then you create a belief structure around that. So one of the most powerful effects of childhood trauma is the belief system that it creates. You see, children are kind of meaning-making machines as our brains, as it takes in the information, which is all new at the time. So if a parent is angry, the child often thinks it must be my fault.
Yeah. Or if they leave, which I think obviously happened to you, that you'll think it was your fault, that you weren't enough.
Wasn't enough. Yeah. If a child is ignored, they may think my needs don't matter.
Or if they're criticised.
This is your one.
Yeah, they'll feel like they're not good enough.
Yeah. If a child is abused, they may think there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
But these are beliefs. They are not truths. Okay.
No.
They are conclusions made by a child trying to make sense of something that's just too painful.
Because their brains
too confusing.
aren't developed enough.
Yeah.
So they've got this, the landscape of their brain is all of those big things that are going on around them, which may actually just be normal life, but because of things that have happened up until that point. Their brains are, the landscape of their brain has been, hearing arguments or whatever, that one situation can then play on their mind for the rest of their life.
A child's brain is predominantly in hypnosis. So the trouble is, many adults are living under rules created by a child, which are made up now.
Like, don't speak up, don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Don't
be too much. You don't need anything. Don't make mistakes. Don't relax. Don't let anyone see the real you. That's a classic.
Yeah.
But these kind of rules and beliefs and structures they're outdated.
Yeah, because they may have to been there to protect you then, but they may be
in prison, keep you in prison now.
Yeah, holding
by
you
your belief
back.
Structure.
Yeah, they're holding you back. So part of changing your life is about asking
Never can say goodbye. Never can say.
That's a big one. They're holding me back.
Or is it something that I learned when I was hurt? Because there's a huge difference in the fact
of it being a bit between a fact and a familiar feeling.
And the feeling, yeah.
Just because something feels true doesn't mean it is true, okay? Because a feeling is made up from the prediction part of the brain again.
Yeah.
A person can feel unlovable and still be deeply worthy of love.
Yeah, and a person can feel unsafe but still be safe in that moment.
Yeah, this is what we're on about. We're trying to show you guys that the perception of things, if the child is running the show, the adult, because the thing is, the brain has two sides. If you look at it, it has emotional side and logical side. Emotion will always overwin logic. Always. So, this is again, are you running from a prediction model? A person can feel behind in life and still be exactly where they need to begin again. See, the work is not about pretending the past didn't happen, because that's what we say. That's the why. We can't go back in time and change history. But what you can do is you can learn to change how you feel about it. Powerful stuff.
Yeah, can. So...
What? So what?
You just flicked your hand at me.
It's because
I thought you were telling me to put a song
I'm caught
on.
in my rhythm, and sometimes I talk too much, and then you go, you're talking too much, you're on a roll.
Well,
and
I was
then
listening to you.
I'm waiting for you to... but I didn't like you do. Remember, I only got mad because I don't finish my sentences.
Anyway, so like we say, this is not about pretending what didn't happen. This is about... it's about refusing to allow the past to write every chapter in your book of the future.
And that's what we say. You don't have to write another chapter. You can actually close that book.
Yes, you can. You are in charge. It's your life. So you can do it.
Yeah.
You do you.
Yeah, you're the author of your life, the movie director, whatever you want to call it. Your life is just an autobiography. How are you going to write a different book?
Yeah. I'm just going to play the little jingle
Go on in,
from
which one?
Dreamcatcher.
We didn't play this for months.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to the hottest sounds.
Dreamcatcher Radio.
We haven't played that for ages.
I know, that's why I thought I'd
still
play
in our
it.
little jingle box. Play our one. Go for it.
Go on, let's go mad.
Dreamcatcher Radio. You can't change the past, but you can change how you feel about it. This is where transformation begins with Kim and Carl.
Carl went to turn me off then.
Tell me what you're on about.
You went to turn the thing off. That was brilliant. So...
we need an uplifting song. We're just going through the
We're
thing
going to
here.
go this one.
No, that's not uplifting.
Oh, okay.
No.
See...
No, that's I'm sitting there with Kim here going through the list. We need a song that's uplifting.
These
all
just sing amongst yourselves while Carl agrees.
It's coming up for nearly 20 past. Keep going. No, this is Who Are You by Jessie J.
We're going to do this one, Mary J. Blige.
Oh, go on in. Just fine.
That is uplifting. Hang on, it might be loud at the beginning. Let me just move the little thing down because I don't want to blow your ears out.
The thing, it's called a... Yeah, go on.
Yeah, the thing. The little thing.
Go on in.
Now, where is it? Bang. Don't you love it when this happens?
know I love music. And every time I hear something hot, it makes me want to move. It makes me want to have fun. But it's something about this joint right here. This joint right here, it makes me want to...
Let it go. Can't let this thing called love get away from you. Feel free right now, go do what you wanna do. Can't let nobody take it away from you, from me, from we. No time for moping around, are you kidding? Ain't no time for negative vibes, 'cause I'm winning. It's been a long week, I put in my hardest. Gonna live my life, feels so good to get it right. So I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. Don't stress through the night at a time, and my life ain't worried about if you feel it. Got my head on straight, I got my vibe right, I ain't gonna let you kill it. See, I wouldn't change my life, just fine, 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 fine. Ooh, fine, 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 fine. Ooh, just fine, 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 fine. Ooh, see, I wouldn't change my life, just feels so good when you're doing all the things that you wanna do. Give the best out of life, treat yourself to something new. Keep your head up high in yourself, believe in you, believe in me. Having a really good time, I'm not complaining, and I'ma still wear a smile if it's raining. I gotta enjoy myself regardless. I appreciate life, I'm so glad that it's mine. So I like what I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. Ain't worried about you and what you're gonna do, I'm a lady, so I must stay classy. Gotta keep it high, keep it together if I want to get better. See, I wouldn't change my life, just fine, 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 fine. Ooh, fine, 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 fine. See, I wouldn't change my life, I ain't gonna let nothing get in my way. No, no matter what nobody has to say. Oh, I ain't gonna let nothing get in my way. No matter what nobody has to say. Feels so good when you're doing all the things that you wanna do. Give the best out of life, treat yourself to something new. It's a really good thing to say that I won't change my life, just fine, 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 see, I won't change my life, just fine. I see when I'm looking at me, when I'm walking past the mirror. Don't stress through the night at a time, and my life ain't worried about if you feel it. Got my head on straight, I got my vibe right, I ain't gonna let you kill it. See, I won't change my life, just fine, 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 fine.
She's great, isn't she?
I love Mary J. Blige.
I like the one with
was-
her and George Michael, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that'd do. Anyway, it's Kim and Cole. We're Dreamcatcher Radio 2 to 4, and today we're talking about childhood trauma and taking it to adulthood. So, you're probably wondering now, okay, we've listened to you for the last hour and a half almost, but what can we do?
Talking about it, what do you tell us about how, what it is, why we're feeling the way we are, but yeah, where can we go now?
So what can people actually do if they recognise themselves in what we've spoken about this afternoon? First, stop minimising what you went through.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, because you do not have to dramatise it. You don't have to blame everyone. You don't have to make your childhood any worse than anybody's else. You don't compare yourself.
But also, you do not have to keep diminishing that your own pain just because you survived it. Surviving something does not mean it did not affect you.
No, definitely.
Secondly, start noticing your patterns without attacking yourself.
We're always talking about patterns.
How many of us talk really bad to ourselves to the point where I often say to people, would you talk to a child like that, the way you talk to yourself? And they go, I wouldn't. I go, well, then pack it in.
Exactly.
Stop talking to yourself so badly.
Yeah. Saying things like, I'm pathetic. But you can say things like, I learned to feel this way because I needed to feel safe.
Yeah. If you overthink, do not say I'm ridiculous. Say something like, my mind is trying to protect me from being blindsided. So that's a big thing when people overthink. If you struggle with trust, don't say I'm broken. Say trust has always been...
Broken. That's one we get all the time. I'm broken.
Trust has not always been safe for me, but I'm learning. And this is the thing. Remember, you're learning. Always, your brain has to... You have to put a break in the brain's prediction model. In a sense, screw it up.
Yeah.
So the brain learns a new way of being, doing, and accepting.
And that's where that one little shift matters. It makes a difference. Like we say, in that prediction moment, where you make that shift, that prediction is challenged. Oh, hang on a minute. It doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah, and that's learning the difference between your present and your past. Is the unconscious dragging you into past memory or experience? Because that's where the brain predicts that model of being, doing, and accepting again. Remember, your thoughts become your actions, become your results.
And like we were saying before, we were talking about shame and some of the things. Shame keeps you stuck in that position. Compassion gives people room to change. So, thirdly...
Well, that's that, but the past again. But it's remembering, sometimes we are not reacting to what is happening now. We are reacting to what the past represents to us. Maybe it's a tone of a voice, a facial expression, someone not replying to you, someone being disappointed, someone leaving the room, someone criticising you. Okay, that is you reacting to something that might have happened to you in the past.
Because the situation as an adult might be small, okay? But the emotional response that you have can be huge because, like we say, it's your child inside that's feeling it, and your brain doesn't know the difference because it feels like it's still happening, like as a child.
Remember what we said about the previous topic we spoke about relationships, that you might only get one X on a text message from your partner, and you want 3 because that shows that they don't love you.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, if you're in that situation, what do? You have to ask yourself, how do I feel right now?
How old do I feel right now?
Yeah, because that's a really, really powerful question. So if your reaction feels bigger than the situation, you are probably not fully present in the moment.
Yeah, you're touching an old memory, an old wound, an old fault.
Yeah.
A boundary, you see, is not punishment. It's not about being difficult. It's not about being selfish.
That's another one, isn't it? That's
a
another
boundary
thing
is just simple information that this is okay for me. Or this is not okay for me. I can help with this. I cannot take this on. I need time to think. You see, these are all processes. These are all ways of being and doing again.
Yeah.
I'm not available for that conversation right now, rather than getting angry.
Yeah. But people who grew up with bad and
poor
boundaries often feel guilty when they start to set them. They feel like they're being, I shouldn't say that. I'm saying no to someone. But it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. What it means is that you are stopping that prediction model. You're doing something new. You're doing you.
Yeah, and finding something that works for you. Not every method works for every person. Some people may need therapy. Some people might need life coaching. Yeah. Some need trauma-informed support. Some need just to learn some emotional tools. But some need a safe space to feel heard.
And practical strategies.
Practical strategies, yeah. And some people need all the above, and that's why they come to the retreat.
I was going to say that. But nobody should have to carry this into their adulthood in silence. So the pain that you had as a child should not be bringing back, now. You shouldn't be having to relive that now. But the first bit, like we said, is acknowledging it. It's understanding and realising, acknowledging it, and then doing something about it. And that's obviously what we've been talking about.
Which fundamentally comes down to you are not broken.
You're absolutely...
Which is one of the biggest things that we say, even your trauma, your phobias, your whatever, is a success.
It's your brain, doing exactly what it's meant to do. Yeah. It works in predictions. It's protecting you. It's working based on something that's happened to you in the past,
which isn't real today.
I get so passionate about this. Yeah. I realise how I'm like always jumping on the mic. And the trouble is,
most people live their life either from the past or they're worried about the future. It creates anxiety and panic, and very few people actually live in the present, in the now.
Yeah.
Because of the brain's prediction model, it's looking for your safety. And if it thought something horrible happened in your past, it will record that data, hold it, and make sure you take it into the future to keep you safe, whatever it was you went through.
Yeah, because like we say, it's your brain doing exactly what it's meant to do, because the brain is where the trauma is held, where the bad memory or the experience is held in the brain, which then tells the body,
it's your faults.
You need to react. You need to look out. We're looking out for this, and now we want you to be alert.
Yeah. So one of the things, again, another thing we say here, your thoughts are the language of the brain, your feelings are the language of the body.
Yeah.
When you match them up, you can realise, actually, I can see what's happening here.
Yeah, you can see the patterns and the prediction models so that you can change it.
Yeah. What about putting on our Michael Jackson's Childhood? Because we're talking about childhood today, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we played that a few weeks ago. Put that one on.
can't
I'll let you have that
Well,
one.
it's Michael Jackson and his song Childhood.
Yeah, let's put it on. It's from Free Willy, the film.
Crack on.
Have you seen my childhood? I'm searching for the world that I come from. 'Cause I've been looking around in the lost and found of my heart. No one understands me. They view it as a strange eccentricities. 'Cause I keep kidding around like a child with heart in me. People say I'm not okay, 'cause I love such elementary things. It's been my fate to compensate for the child I've never known. Have you seen my childhood? I'm searching for that wonder in my youth, like pirates and adventurous dreams of conquest and kings on a throne. Before you judge me, try hard to love me. Look within your heart, then ask. Have you seen my childhood? People say I'm strange that way, 'cause I love such elementary things. It's been my fate to compensate for the child I've never known. Have you seen my childhood? I'm searching for that wonder in my youth, like fantastical stories to share, the dreams I would dare. Watch me fly. Before you judge me, try hard to love me. The painful youth I've had.
Wow, what powerful lyrics. I actually forgot how powerful those lyrics were.
I know, and especially when you know Michael Jackson's story, it's just quite sad, really, isn't it?
So that goes nicely into the kind of our last half hour today, 2 to 4.
Oh my gosh, already. Anyway, so I think before we do, I think we should talk about who we are and what we do, because we're literally an hour and a half into the show and we haven't really, we've said we're Kim and Carl.
If you're a new listener, yeah, true. We're Kim and Carl. We are the owners of the Manse Retreat in the UK. We run emotional trauma and PTSD retreat. But it's kind of a unique retreat because we have people that come from all around the world and there's just one person. So our unique kind of selling point is you come here for 3 days and we work for your trauma, which
Just
is
you.
mostly childhood trauma.
Yep.
It is just you, unless you bring your partner or a guest, but it will never be anyone that you don't know. So that's very, very unique. From there, with all the people who worked for the retreat, we created the Manse Method. So we have a number of practitioners all around the world that do the Manse Method. It's just an exploratory method or technique, whatever you want to call it, that helps people... Excuse me, I just kicked my mic there. That helps people change how the trauma is encoded in the brain and felt in the body.
Detaching the emotional charge
We can't,
from the memory.
we don't erase memories because the brain doesn't work like that. We can't change history, remember? But what we can do is teach you to change how you feel about it. What we mean by that is we kind of like knock out the emotional charge.
Yeah. So that's what we do. Amongst other things, like be on the radio, present on the radio.
So you
on a
can
Friday.
just Google, even ask chat nowadays, of just the Manse Retreat, MANSE, or the Manse Method, and you will pop up there somewhere along the line. We're on TikTok, Instagram, we're on all the platforms to be found.
And the reason it's called the Manse is because that's the house we live in.
It's the old vicarage.
Yeah. We have a church that's
in the garden.
in our garden, and we live in a little village.
And some graveyards.
Gravestones,
yeah.
And we live in a little village in Northamptonshire, and it's very pretty, very Cotswoldy.
Beautiful.
And it's a lovely village, very, very nice people.
If you go on TikTok, you can see Kim's recently put a video up. She's over the moon with her wisteria.
Oh yeah, we've got
it's
beautiful
still alive.
wisteria and lovely window boxes. It's all looking very lovely at the moment. Love it this time of year. So yeah, that's us. So
it's our home, but it's people's retreat, and it is very much like that. It's very boutique.
It's very calm. That's what people
everyone
always
says,
say.
yeah.
It's very calming.
It's a boutique retreat, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So
it's lovely.
That's what we do. We'll be doing this from a therapeutic point of view. I've been doing this for over 30 years. From the Manse Retreat version, we're 4 years.
4.5 years now.
Yeah.
Coming up for 5 years. Oh my gosh.
Highly successful. Yeah, it's really good. We love it.
It's going really well. And we've helped so many people more than the reviews, which is lovely.
Yeah, we exhibit at shows, we write books, we're on the radio, we literally have our thumbs and toes and everything what we could.
Did you say about the Manse Method practitioners? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Manse Method practitioners. We've
23
got
trained people
already,
in the Manse Method.
all over the world, from Australia to Dubai to
and
Scotland.
Some exciting stuff coming up.
Really exciting.
Yeah, so we're hoping to share about that in the next month or two, but lots of things to come up. So yeah, if you're
we're
interested,
just passionate about creating that ripple transformation, aren't we?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to reach out. Like I say, you can just look us up. The website is you've either got the mansemethod.com or you've got the manseretreat.com.
Or it all comes under the Manse group.
Yeah, the Manse group as well, because we've grouped it all together because it was getting a bit out of hand, really.
So we've had to learn to become business people.
Yeah, we're really more about just helping people.
Yeah, it's really hard when you try and run a business from the perspective of helping people.
Yeah, because all you do is want to give it away.
But there we go. Anyway, as you know, Kim loves her studying and whatever, and she loves her stats. So it's only about time that we throw in one of her regular stats, really, don't we? So we're kind of coming to the last half hour of today's show, and we want to widen this conversation just a little bit because childhood trauma is not rare, okay? It's not something that only happens to somebody else. It's not something that's from documentaries or court cases or the kind of stories people kind of, we whisper about the facts. It happens in ordinary homes, ordinary schools, ordinary families, streets, and sometimes behind very respectful front doors.
And here we go, because I've got some stats here.
Yep.
The numbers are quite sobering, okay?
And these are from the official national stats.
Yeah, they are.
So you can always, in a sense, raise these numbers up.
Yeah, because these are only what they record. So this is the ONS, and what they've said is that around 13.6 million adults in England and Wales...
So that's not including Scotland or Ireland or whatever you...
have experienced some form of abuse before the age of 18. And that almost 3 in 10 people, that's almost 3 in 10 people. And the same data estimates that childhood abuse affects 31.5% of women and 26.4% of men. Hang on, I'm just looking at that because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's happening more to women than men on that data. But emotional abuse was the most commonly reported, followed by physical abuse, sexual abuse and neglect. So just sit with that for a moment.
Yeah.
Nearly 3 in 10.
10, yeah, that's a third. That's almost a third.
So when we talk about childhood trauma, we're not talking about a small, tiny group of minority
No,
of
there's a lot of people
on the edge of society. We're
13
talking about
million.
we're talking about our friends, our colleagues, our neighbours, the person's maybe serving you coffee.
Yeah.
The manager in your meeting, the parent at the school gate, maybe every...
People sat next to you at work.
It is crazy. And any one of the reasons these numbers matter is because they help remove that shame again that we keep talking about.
Yeah.
Because shame thrives in that kind of secrecy.
Yeah, it says
Don't
things
tell
like,
anybody.
it's just me. It says, I should be over this. It says things like, nobody else feels like this. But
those stats kind of tell a different story, don't they? Those 3 in 10.
they
And
show
I
us-
think that's probably more like 5 in 10. I reckon half the population.
And it's showing us that there's many people carrying stories that nobody else knows about because they feel like we said, all the shame, and they think that they're
and as
the
the
only
adult,
piece of
they're functioning. They're
person.
going to work, they're raising children, they're smiling in the photos, they're posting their holiday pictures, they're not going to Dubai at the moment, they're paying the bills. They're kind of just getting on with life.
Yeah.
But getting on with life is not the same as being free from this stuff.
And living.
Yeah.
Getting on with life and existing is not the same as living.
So let's play a song, because that was really heavy.
That was a bit heavy.
The stats were 3 in 10, but I think beyond that is probably 5 in 10.
It's probably
half the population
at least. Well, from what obviously this is what we see. So I'm going to put your favourite on, Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims.
Put the door.
The
on.
door. Okay.
I took a page out of your favorite book. You sold me lies just by the way you look. Taught me a language that I'll never speak. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I dug my grave watching the way you move. You took me higher than I ever flew. Too many times gave you a second chance. Baby, I'm just a man. I'm just a man. No more thinking about you late night. No more running around with your friends now. Done picking the pieces of my soul about the floor. I said I would die for you, baby, but I can't take this pain no more. I thought I was willing, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. I don't wanna lose you, baby, but I can't play this game no more. I thought it would kill me, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. You never thought this day would ever come, but I looked you in the eyes and pulled the rug. You tried to take away my sanity. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. Oh no, more thinking about you late night. No more running around with your friends now. They're picking up pieces of my soul from out the floor. I said I would die
Love old Teddy.
You certainly do.
So we're talking about childhood trauma carrying into adulthood, but I think it's quite important to understand that childhood trauma does not only affect childhood; it travels into the lifespan of into adulthood. So there is a thing called adverse childhood experiences. Now, I was ACEs. I was head of care in a children's therapeutic service where we use that kind of model, and it's repeatedly been linked for lots of research and data on this stuff with. Your early childhood stuff later causes you difficulties in your emotional well-being, your physical health that Kim sees with her clients, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, inflammation, relationships, risky behaviour, mental health. You see, the public health guidance in the UK, again, those stats, have highlighted that multiple exposures with adverse childhood experiences can significantly increase the risk of depression, substance abuse, misuse, violence, the whole list can go on and on.
Suicide attempts, everything. Yeah. And this is what we see a lot because obviously, and this is where we always try and explain it, that when these things happen in the brain, it stores it as a kind of a traumatic thing. So it holds it there and says, we need to keep this. So it keeps the body on that alert potentially in fight or flight. And then what that does is it releases the stress chemicals because it's constantly keeping you there. We need stress in our lives. It's what gets you up in the morning. You need the cortisol. However, what we don't is need the chronic, the long-term cortisol keeping you in that state.
Yeah.
And that's where we see. And then what that does is it leads to things like inflammation, pain. So we don't want that. And then that leads to...
And that's where people say to us, why do we need to go in the past? It's over. And we say, memories buried alive never die. They just sharpen a bigger bird away in your future. And there it is, guys. It matches the adverse childhood experiences. So a simple study like that may show increased likelihood, but it doesn't mean this is who you are.
No.
This is important because people may hear that kind of trauma statistic that we just given out there and might say to themselves, well, that's me finished then. No, absolutely not. The whole point of understanding the numbers is not to frighten people, it's to wake you up.
Yeah.
It's to say this matters.
Yeah. And the early experiences leave traces, okay? We need to stop treating adult emotional struggles as if they appeared out of nowhere. They just suddenly appeared.
Yeah.
It's not the case. It's your patterns. It's what we were talking about. So when someone is anxious or withdraw or they're angry or even addicted, people who are people-pleasing, exhausted, like all the things we've talked about, perfectionism, constant overwhelm, we need to stop asking what's wrong with them. We need to start asking with compassion, what have they had to carry?
Oh, yeah.
Because that looks like dysfunction.
When it's actually kind of you adapt, your brain's adapting to that model again.
And sometimes what looks like overreaction is an old system, an old alarm system.
Yeah, it's your amygdala kicking in. It's the fight, flight or freeze response.
And self-sabotage is often self-protection, like we were talking about earlier. But it's outlived its usefulness. And sometimes as the adult who seems difficult is carrying the child who was never, ever helped. I mean, I know that's heavy, but it's so true. We see it a lot. We see grown men reduced to tears when they think about that. So, yeah, it's really, really important.
And obviously the biggest charity in the UK regarding childhood stuff is the NSPCC. That I remember that from way back when I was a child. So even their recent report in 2024-25, over half of all children, that childline counselling sessions related to mental or emotional health and well-being.
Yeah.
Those numbers should actually stop us in our tracks, shouldn't they?
Yeah. Because
behind any kind of stat is a child, not a number. A child who may be struggling to sleep, a child who may be afraid to go home, a child who's terrified of going to school, a child that's carrying a secret.
Yeah, or acting out of the fact that they have no words to say, I'm not okay.
Yeah, this stuff needs to stop.
Yeah, it really does. Children often don't say things like, I'm traumatised. They say it through their behaviour, through their silence, anger, stomach aches, refusing to go to school, being perfectionists. They become the class clown.
You see where this goes, people? This is all kind of hidden in this world of secrecy of understanding what trauma is. But what the adult needs to hear, for any adult listening today who recognises themselves in the conversation we've had this afternoon, we want to kind of make make something before we finish, because we've only got like 10 minutes, okay? So it's really hard to get a subject as deep as this in a 2-hour conversation with music playing as well, okay? You do not need to have every detail worked out. You do not need to remember everything. You do not need to prove that your pain was enough.
No, you don't, because that's definitely not the case. It's not a competition either.
Yeah. What matters is this: if something from your childhood still affects how you feel, how you love, how you trust, how you parent, how you work, how you see yourself, okay, or how safe you even feel in your own life, then it matters. Okay, yes. It matters because it matters.
It does definitely matters, but that's not being selfish or being indulgent in any way or self-pity. It's actually being honest emotionally.
Become emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we say. People say to me, I can't be hypnotised. And I go, well, no, it's only if you can focus on your imagination or whatever, then you're emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
And remember, all this stuff has happened to you is a form of hypnosis.
Because for many years, people say things like, just get on with it, man up, all of those type of sayings. The other one that irritates me is, it's okay to not be okay. No, it's not. It's not okay.
That means it's okay for you to suffer.
Yeah, why? We don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
So we can put one more song on, and then we have a few more minutes before we go
play with our usual dream.
Yeah. Should we put Lauren?
Is that upbeat and lifting one after this heavy kind of stuff we're talking about? What about Shola, whatever it is?
Shola Amma.
Yeah, because that's quite a nice.
You like Shola Amma, don't you?
Need somebody. I think everybody needs somebody, don't they? You might need somebody. There she is.
There she is.
Nice lyrics for what we're talking about.
I hit it without even realising. I'm such a good DJ.
Everybody needs somebody.
Need
I love that song.
I know you do. You try and get it on every week, and I have to tell you no.
Tell me no.
Tell you no, it's too much.
Take
Have
me
it
back to
every
my
week.
childhood trauma then. Anyway, that's what we're talking about today.
It is, and I think it's really important.
On this
because
kind of last closing section of the show
we've
today.
only got 10 minutes left, so but I wanted to say that childhood trauma is not common. It is common.
Yeah.
It is common,
and the
sorry.
thing is, the numbers prove this just by
Yeah.
those stats that
But
we
it's
show.
not normal. That's what I was going to say. And normal doesn't mean it's acceptable either.
Yeah, we
Okay?
cannot build a healthy society while ignoring what happens to children.
No,
and we
we
see
absolutely
this
not.
all the time. We cannot keep asking why so many adults out there are anxious, are disconnected, overwhelmed, angry, addicted, burnout, emotional shutdown. You know, the list can go on, while at the moment refusing to look at the early experiences that shapes that behaviour.
Yeah. But we can also...
Yeah, we can't leave people with the message that their past has ruined them.
No, exactly, because it hasn't.
No.
So the brain can learn. So we always saying it thinks in predictions. You can change it. Your human heart can soften.
Yeah, and we have a
Your
technique
story
here
can
that we
change.
say soften and flow, yeah.
Yeah, we do. People can grow beyond survival. They can feel safe again. They can stop living as though the past is still happening. And they can become more than what happened to them.
Yeah, I think the fundamental thing of us today, like I say, is such a strong topic. It's really hard to get into a 2-hour show, but
Definitely.
it's kind of that message is like the childhood trauma may be a part of your story, but like we keep saying, it's not the whole book.
No.
Okay, the
You
early
can rewrite the
experiences.
next chapter. We actually say that a lot. We've actually got a big banner that says "Rewrite your story."
Yeah, and like I say, you're the autobiography of your story. You're still holding the pen. Okay, nobody has told you this when you were younger, but I think you need to hear it now.
Yeah.
You do deserve safety. You deserve kindness,
Yeah.
protection. You deserve to feel listened to. You deserve to be loved without having to kind of perform for it or sending the wrong X's on a text message. You know, whatever age.
It's definitely you are in charge of it. You can influence the characters. You can write the plot. You can write the twists, the patterns, and everything, because those things have influenced you in the past. But you can make them influence the future. You can change how that looks.
Yeah, my favourite sentence, you're not broken, you're not beyond help, you're not too far gone, you're not your trauma, you are still you, but you can become free, okay?
Yeah.
So, we want to say, kind of like, thank you for listening to us this afternoon on Dreamcatcher Radio, don't we? And please share out what we've talked about today, because we, like I say, we replayed a few times during the week.
Yeah, definitely. We are. And, you know, and if you have got any questions about these things, please feel free to reach out to us. On the Dreamcatcher Radio website, where you're likely listening to this now, there is a page for people that you can reach out to.
Charity lines and whatever. Yeah.
Yep, so definitely.
I'm sure
if you
NSPCC is on there.
Yeah, if you feel you want to reach out to anyone, please do so. Or, like we say, you're welcome to reach out to us. Just go on the website and our website, the Manse Retreat, and you can just book a call and we'll have a chat with you, because that's what we do. This is what we deal with here, and every single person that comes leaves absolutely buzzing about the future, because they've been able to let go of those things from the past that are holding them back, that are forming, like we said, all the way through the show. We've been talking about those predictions, the way the brain works, the patterns, and, you know, it's...
But this is it. This, before we just play our last song, because we've only got 2 minutes left, is the past may explain the pain, okay, but it does not have to decide the future. So we leave you with that sentence.
Yeah.
And we're going to play our regular song, Doreem, Things Can Only Get Better.
Deary. It makes me laugh.
You can walk my path, you can wear my shoes, learn to talk like me, and be an angel too. But maybe you ain't never gonna feel this way, you ain't never gonna know me, but I know you. Singing in our things can only get better.
can only get better. If we see it through, that means me and I mean you too. So teach me not to think. Can only get better. It can only get, take it all from me. You know, I know that things can only get better. Sometimes lose myself in me. I lose track of time, and I can't see the woods for the trees. You set them alive, burn the bridges as you've gone. I do it to fight you. I got my personal hell to deal with. And then you say, walk my path with my shoes. Talk like that, I'll be an angel. And things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you, and you. Show me prejudice and greed, and you've shown me how I must learn to deal with this disease. I'll look at things now in a different light than I did before, and I found the cause. And I think that you can be my cure. So teach me to walk your path, wear your shoes, talk like that. I'll be an angel, and things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. Come here with you tonight. Things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. Can only get better. Can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you. So teach me to walk your path, wear your shoes, talk like that. I'll be an angel, and things can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you, and you made me. Can only get better. Can only get better. Now I found you.
What a wonderful song. And we played the whole of that time.
We did. We managed to get all of it in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to the hottest sounds.
Dream Catcher Radio.
Dreamcatcher Radio. You can't change the past, but you can change how you feel about it. This is where transformation begins with Kim and Carl.
So thank you. That's the end of our show. We just want to
really
mention
is.
that on
Monday, Thursday next week, this will be replayed. So if you're listening then, thank you very much and have an amazing week.
It's not a bank holiday weekend, this one, is it?
No, not this one.
Not to the end
We
of
didn't
May.
realise until last Friday that it was a bank holiday. But anyway, that's us. So have an amazing weekend, everybody.
Please share out this kind of show today, because it's quite a strong, powerful topic, isn't it? Childhood trauma
really
taken
is.
into.
And hopefully we've helped a few people.